Pisces, what is up, y'all? How you doing? Time to go ahead and knock out your extended reading for October 2024. All right, so all I'm really doing here is making one last ditch effort to get all of the information and the advice out of October, because next, after this round of readings, we're going to check to see if timelines have changed. And that's mainly geared towards the advice. But we can't do that until we make sure that all the information and advice has been applied to October. So I don't have any announcements to make. If you would like a personal reading, all the information is in the description of the video. All right, I'm starting this off with the person that you're interested in. Your love interest. This is mainly geared toward the singles. But I guess if you're in a relationship and you're interested in somebody else, okay, take it. That's not really the intention I'm putting into this, though. But whatever, take it how it resonates. Is there anything else that we can tell Pisces? Any other important details or information that may have been left out about their love interest? Let's see. Two of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. Man, we got all these pages and a King reversed. Man, some of y'all, this is really starting to weigh on you very heavily, isn't it? You're starting to kind of get the idea that this person may just be leading you on. Honestly, I'm going to tell you what, this person does not look like a very mature individual. I can't help it. I can't help it. Page of Swords, Page of Wands, King of Cups reversed. That's extremely immature energy right there. Honestly, it feels to me like you're interested in a commitment phobe. That's what it looks like to me. And for some of you, they could be juggling you and somebody else. I don't always read the Two of Pentacles like that, but it really feels like that here in this spread. So, Ace of Pentacles reversed. You know what aces are, right? A new start. And it's in the reverse. Oh, shit. Let's look at their energy then. Let's see this person's true energies, feelings, and intentions. How do they see you? How do they feel about you? What's their energy look like? What kind of person are they in general? What's this person's true feelings, energies, and intentions towards Pisces? Star card. So it could be an Aquarius for some of you. Hang on. Don't tell me nothing. Okay, so they're kind of afraid, honestly, to come forward and make the offer to take things to the next level with you. Kind of afraid of it. And we got the Page of Cups again. So like I said, I think this person is pretty immature, to be honest with you. Now, I'm not attaching condescending connotations to that word. I know it sounds like it. It's kind of hard to say that without being condescending. So I don't mean like in a judgy type of way. I'm not saying that this person is a bad person or they're a horrible person or they're a stupid person or anything like that. I just think that they're an immature person. And I'm kind of feeling here that there may be some of you that know that, but this is the tricky thing about having feelings for an immature person. So see, when you have feelings for somebody, you automatically want to see the good in them and ignore the bad. So subconsciously, all you're focused on is who and what they could be. Could be. But when you're dealing with somebody that's immature, the trouble with that is that in order to allow that person that they could be to swim up to the surface and unfold into this person's personality, that would require some emotional intelligence. That would require a level of energetic awareness. That would require some discipline, self-discipline. And I just don't think this person has that. I don't think so. They do have feelings for you, though. They do got feelings for you. They are interested in you. It's not telling me why they're scared to take things to the next level with you. It's not telling me why. And that's annoying, because normally when this comes through, there will be something in here indicating why. And the only indication that I have that correlates with this person's actions is this. And this is emotional immaturity. Let's just get the advice on this. Some of you interested in Aries, possibly. What's the advice? Advice is for Pisces. That's for my OG followers, man. I came up with that back in 2019 when I was living in Phoenix. I got any OG followers been following me that long? I'll never forget that. I was in Phoenix in that little apartment that I got, sitting in the middle of the living room, reading on the coffee table. There wasn't very much furniture in that little place. That's where I came up with that little advice for Pisces. All right. Anyway, whatever. Damn, memory lane, bro. Fucking 6 years ago, dude. Holy shit. All right. It's coming up on 6 years. A little over 5 years. All right. Anyway, I'm done. What's the advice? All right. Well, Two of Swords. You really, really, really need to think this through. A decision needs to be made, though. Pretty sure you have thought this through quite a bit. A decision needs to be made with the Judgment here. Okay, so here's the most frustrating part about reading the person that you're interested in. There's two groups of you. Anytime you read the person you're interested in, there's two different groups of you. Group A is the group that has definitely made your feelings known. It's known. We talking. We flirting. We may have even been out a couple of times, gone on a couple of dates maybe. Hell, some of you may even have fucked them a couple times. Now, Group B has not made your feelings known. It's like that person that you just kind of notice from afar that you have a crush on and you hope they notice you too. Most of the time, I am not reading for Group B. Most of the time. Sometimes it comes through like that, but about 75 to 80% of the time, the energy that comes through for Group A, where your feelings are known, whether it's just like light flirting back and forth, or we actually like talking, or if we fucking, it's known. It's known that there is an interest there. That's the majority of the intentions that I'm putting into this. So having said that, at some point, well, I don't know. You probably honestly have a little bit more than a month. See, the majority of the other signs, you have a little bit more of a window of opportunity than a lot of the other signs. Most of the other signs I've given this advice to, it's bound to the month of October. Honestly, you could probably stretch this out closer to Thanksgiving, though. You have a little bit more wiggle room. I don't know why. I don't know if this is a new, fresh person you just recently connected with, or if there's something else at play here. But you actually have a bigger window of opportunity than any of the other signs I've given the same advice to. But at some point, I would not let it stretch later than Thanksgiving. Around Thanksgiving, I'm going to tell you, if you're still confused about where this connection is going, that's not a good sign. Here's what I would do if I was you. I would dedicate no less than the month of October to figuring out how this person feels about you. And you need to hear it from them. When I say figure out how they feel about you, that doesn't mean come ask me. That's not what I mean. Now, you're more than welcome to come ask me. I'm not saying you can't. You can ask me. I'll read that for you all day long. But that's not figuring out how they feel about you. Figuring out how they feel about you is you hearing it from them. That's figuring out how they feel about you. And I would dedicate the month of November to making sure that this ball is rolling and has momentum going. So we actually coming together. We talking. We seeing each other. We're official, right? We done changed our relationship status. We posting selfies. We exclusive, and by Thanksgiving, you need to be pretty secure in your connection with this person. If you're not secure in your connection with this person by Thanksgiving, that's a bad sign. It's a bad sign. So have whatever conversation you need to have, or whatever the case may be. All right. Well, that actually, that was, believe it or not, that was actually better than most other signs. All right, let's see if there's anything else we can tell you about the person from the past. Anything else we can tell Pisces about the person from the past? What deck do I want to use? How about this one? Smith Waite Borderless. Anything good happening between Pisces and the person from the past? Oh, Judgment. Ooh, closure. I think you're finally getting closure. Uh-oh, but the Knight of Swords is reversed, though. This might be a little bit more nuanced than that, then. Yeah, okay. So, very, very likely communication. I don't think this gonna... So, you may be kind of thinking or hoping that this person's actually coming back into your life in some way, whether you're just friends or what. But I think it's going to be a very brief reconnection. Very brief. Y'all are going to end up in communication somehow, and closure is going to happen. This honestly looks like I don't think it'll be till probably later on in the month. But I'm thinking closure is happening here. And once closure happens, communication stops, and you're left still moving on from this. Now, even though closure is happening, I don't think you're going to just be able to release this overnight, but you will start releasing it. You may not realize it. If you could imagine that you have 1,000 energy cords tying you and this person, like you have not released one single energy cord from this person since you all parted ways. Well, as soon as you get closure, you're still tied up with 1,000 energy cords. But now they're untying one by one by one by one by one. You may not realize it, but that'll start altering the course of your path. Let me see how this person feels about you. How's the past person feel about Pisces? How's the person from the past feel about Pisces? Oh, they really don't trust you. They really don't. I mean, they do still have a soft spot for you, honestly. I do think that they do have some feelings buried away, tucked away down there, but they do not trust you. So whatever it is that happened between the two of you, I think it is weighing on them and bothering them, and they want to clear the air with you. King of Swords. I think they've been doing their best to detach themselves from this emotionally to the best of their ability. So it's not really like they're overwhelmed with feelings for you. They do still have a special soft spot for you in their heart that they're probably never going to really allow to come to the surface. But it's just whatever happened between the two of you is weighing on them very heavily, and they want to clear the air with you. They want to get something off their chest. So, okay. Well, I think we already got the outcome. Let's get the advice. What's the best advice? Four Swords. Try not, and I know I can't stand giving this advice because I know this is hard. But try not to have really high expectations. I know I don't even like hearing myself say that because that's hard. I know that's really hard. It's really hard. But do the best you can. If this person shows up in your inbox, do the best you can to have as few expectations as possible. Be totally okay with the worst case scenario. Now, this may sound kind of weird and paradoxical, but being okay with the worst case scenario is the easiest way, the most effective way to increase the chances of avoiding that timeline. Believe it or not. I know that sounds weird. It don't make no sense. It sounds paradoxical. There's a lot of quantum physics behind how that works. I don't really have time to break that down and explain it in this video, but do the best you can to go into it with as few expectations as possible. Don't get triggered by anything that they say or do. You know, just be as cordial and polite as possible. Because, see, what you have going on right now is you have a really, 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 really important soul contract that is due to come in. Really important. And the next soul contract that's due to come in for you is on a totally different vibratory level. And right now, you carrying the karmic weight of this situation is preventing you from ascending to that vibratory level. And since the primary law is the law of vibration, you can't attract your next soul contract if you're not on that vibratory level. All right. So if you picture it like you're a radio, the next song that you're due to listen to is a country song. Well, right now, you're still really tightly, energetically tied to a rapper. So you're tuned into the rap station. So you can't listen to that country song until you tune into the country station. And the reason why you're tuned into the rap station is because you're so tied to a rapper. And you have to be able to release the rapper so that you can tune into the country station. Goofball fucking analogy, I know, but that's the best way that I can explain it to make it as understandable as possible, because that's the way you work. It really is. You literally are a biological radio. I could talk for hours about the quantum physics behind how that works, but I don't have time for that again. You're going to have to take my word for it. So this conversation, you need to have a conversation with this person. It is very important. It may not be the most pleasant conversation in the world. It may leave you feeling kind of icky and weird, and but it's, I'm telling you, Telling you, it is for the best. All right, let's look at some general messages. General, career, finance, friends, family, anything but romance. What general messages do we have for the Pisces family? General messages. Some of you are hoping to start a new job, and for whatever reason, it doesn't look like that's happening. Yeah, it looks like things are moving actually really slow. Some of you aren't just looking to start one new job. I'm kind of feeling like some of you have been applying all over the place and ain't getting a call from nobody. Some of you are worried that you're going to get laid off or fired. Don't worry about that. That's not due to happen anytime soon. Okay. Yeah, you're the third sign that's gotten this right here. You are right smack dab in the middle of a transformational cycle, and that cycle is not complete yet. Not quite. But it's getting to a point where some of you are about to just completely give up hope altogether. Like you are completely losing all faith. You're kind of feeling like you're just so energetically spent that you're at somewhat of an energetic and emotional rock bottom. All right. A lot of people are going through that right now. Whole lot of people are going through that right now. I do think that there is an offer or an opportunity available to you, but either A, you don't see it, or B, it's something that you're not interested in. But I am getting that there are, well, actually, honestly, hang on. Yeah, there are multiple opportunities available to you. What I'm not getting clear is whether or not you're just not seeing it, or if it's just something that you're too afraid to try, or something that you're not interested in, or something you're intimidated by. But it's kind of feeling like some of you are not only looking in all the wrong places, but with the doors that you're trying to get to open, it's bad timing. It's not quite time yet. Not quite time. But trust me, before 2024 is over, you will be making a major shift. Big time. By the time January gets here, things will have started to change in your life big time. Big time. Some of you are trying to manifest something, and I'm being told to tell those of you who are trying to manifest something that you're getting in your own way and you're blocking it. If you're trying to manifest something, you cannot obsess over timelines. That is probably, if I had to make a list of the top 3 leading causes of manifestation failure, let me think. Yeah, on number 1 on that list, I would have to say is obsessing over the timeline. That is the number 1 thing that will block it from coming in. The number 1 thing. Obsessing over when and especially how it's going to happen. That's another one. Trying to figure out. Number 2 on that list would be trying to figure out how it's going to happen. And number 3 on the list would be fighting against the process and trying to control how it happens. Let's get some general advice. Is there a deck I haven't used? All right. General advice for Pisces. Boo-boo-be-doo. General advice. Ooh, that's weird, random, miscellaneous advice. Hang on, let me get the rest of the spread out. Okay. Okay. So this is going to be some scattered advice. So I'm just going to throw little pieces of advice out there. Those of you who need it, take it. If you don't, chuck it in the fuck it bucket. Okay. So first thing I see here is learn to distinguish the difference without judgment between your ego and your intuition. Without judgment. One is not good. One is not bad. Ego is not automatically bad. Intuition is not automatically good. Okay. Some of the most benevolent, loving people with the best intentions in the world are ego-driven. Some of the most famous, well, infamous, should I say, serial killers, bank robbers, and criminals are highly intuitive. Highly. There's no judgment. Okay. Learn just to distinguish which one is which. The goal is not to get rid of the ego. That is the stupidest thing. Every time I hear somebody say that, I want to slap the shit out of them. You don't get rid of your ego. Your ego is the vehicle that your soul uses to cruise around and experience this life with. You don't get rid of the ego. The goal is to get the higher self and the ego working together as a team. There's a time and a place for everything. There's a time and a place for your ego. There's a time and a place for your intuition. Learning how to distinguish the difference between which one is which without judgment is very, very, very important. Also, during this time that you're going through right now, nothing is going to be more important than faith, trust, and patience. I know that's some annoying, corny, cheesy sounding advice, but your trust and your patience, if it hasn't already, it's about to be tested. Big time. Big time. Also, remember that you are the only being in this entire universe who is capable of and responsible for assigning a meaning to the things that happen to you in your life. You are the only one who gets to do that. You ever hear, okay, so I don't know how long most of you have been following me, but one of my favorite things to do is disambiguate cute, fluffy little phrases and rhetoric and buzzwords in the spiritual community that most people repeat like a parrot because it sounds cute, but they don't really understand what the fuck they're talking about. You know, and if you're lost on your spiritual path, you hear these things that people are saying and you don't understand what it means because they don't explain what it means. They just say shit that is totally foreign to our way of thinking, but they don't explain what it means. They don't bridge the gap between the third dimension and the fifth dimension. So here's one that took me years to understand. You know how they always say all the answers are inside of you? You ever heard that one? Man, that used to piss me off so bad when I would hear that. All of the answers are inside of you. Well, that sounds cute. And I guess if you want to sound like an evolved, awakened spiritual person who floats on a cloud and farts rainbows and is just so enlightened and is a chosen one, you could say cute little shit like that. But do you know what it means? What does it mean? It took me 3 years to understand what that meant. 3 years of manifesting my wildest fucking dreams, dude. Like literally making shit happen in my life that had everybody who ever knew me personally fucking dumbfounded. Like 3 years of manifesting my wildest dreams before I learned what that meant. It hit me like a ton of bricks one day. I was like, dude, duh. When they say all the answers are inside of you, what that means is whatever I choose to believe the answer is what the fucking answer is. There is no answer that exists outside of me that somebody has access to and I don't. It don't work that way. That is among the most persistent, convincing illusions of this lifetime. And the way they create that illusion is they get millions and billions of humans to agree on the same answer, and it has no choice but to manifest. But in reality, whatever I choose to believe the answer is what the fucking answer is. So when it comes to your life and the things you've experienced in your life, guess what? It's fucking meaningless without your consent. Let's say something happened to me 5 years ago. And it was something painful, something hurtful, something that goes against everything that I had planned. It's just a bad experience. And I'm the only being who gets to decide why that happened. But I don't bother doing that. I just do everything that I can to distract myself from thinking about it and just go about my life and wait until one day I wake up. I forgot about it. It doesn't really bother me anymore. I put it behind me and I've moved on from it, and I'm just kind of tucked it away and forgot about it. Well, then what is that experience? What is it? If I'm the only one that gets to give that experience a meaning and I don't bother doing that, what is it? It's unresolved, unfinished business. It's a giant cosmic question mark lingering in the ether of eternity. It has no meaning. It doesn't matter if 100,000 people are judging that experience that I went through. That's nothing but 100,000 farts in the wind without my consent. I'm the one who gets to decide why that happened. It has whatever meaning I give it, or whatever meaning I don't give it. If I give it a meaning, that's the fucking meaning. If I don't, then it doesn't have one. Unresolved, unfinished business is what turns into what? Karma. That's what turns into karma. Your ability to trust yourself, to trust your beliefs, to trust your perception is your key to taking control of your life. That's your key to breaking away from the fucking slavery of this matrix. That's your key to being able to create, manifest, and heal from anything that's ever happened to you. That's your key to being able to take anything that happens to you, anything. It doesn't mean that you can use that to make bad things stop happening, okay? What it means is it doesn't matter what happens to you. You have the ability to flip it on its head, make it your bitch, and transmute it and use it to create something new. When you have that kind of awareness of how powerful your thoughts and your beliefs are, there ain't nothing you can't do. All right? All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Pisces family needed to hear, so I am going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget to check the description of the video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. I'm out of here now, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.